Please remain seated until we have come to a full and complete stop. At that time, please gather all personal belongings and please watch your head and step as you exit to the driver's right-hand side only. Once again...
Hello, and welcome to Busch Gardens. I'm going to apologize to this park because I believe that I didn't include it in my top 10 list, and I do love this park so much, and I'm going to have to revise that. Maybe today's experience will solidify that position. Regardless, we're here for Howl-O-Scream, obviously right behind me, but this is a separate vlog for the day because I'm here for 15 hours. There's an hour break before Howl-O-Scream starts, so we're going to cover the park during the day today. Cheetah Hunt, unfortunately, is closed unless they're going to surprise me with a sudden opening. Outside of that, I haven't been on Tigris before. It's been 7 years since I've been to this park, so I got a little bit to cover before we get on to the main stuff tonight. Obviously, there's a huge attraction that's not quite open yet that will bring me back very soon, a lot quicker than 7 years, and that is Iron Gwazi. So look for some beauty shots of that today. Hopefully it'll be a little bit of a slower day, like I said, 15 hours, but it is Halloween tonight, or it is all day, so it should be a crazy night. Looking forward to Howl-O-Scream. All right, here we go. Busch Gardens, Tampa. Like I said, going to be back for this baby right behind me, but I've heard that Tigris gets quite the wait, so we're going to go there first to get it out of the way, get that credit done, and then enjoy the rest of the park. Last time I was here, almost everything was a walk-on, but that was pretty close to this time, actually. It was about a week later in mid-November, but like I said, it's Halloween right now, so we're going to go to the premier new attraction, and then enjoy the rest of the park, because I've been on most of the major coasters here before. Looking forward to some night rides, however, which will be in the other vlog on Kumba, which is a special coaster for me. Was kind of like in the dawn of my enthusiast days. It was a coaster that I looked at, marveled at its opening. Yes, I'm that old, and I have brochures from that very time. But now, let's just take it all in. Clear the lift. This is the first time that I've been on Shikra since I've been on our own dive coaster, or my home dive coaster. It's a little distracting.
Clear the lift. Clear the lift.
Clear the lift. They better clear the lift. I haven't seen anything running. So it's basically park open. I thought it was getting here a bit late. It's like 10:15. It's actually getting on at 10:30. A little bit of a conundrum. Do I do Shikra first or do I do Tigris? I'll go over to Tigris first. So I haven't seen it going around yet. Still, it was my favorite dive coaster until I had rode Yukon. Sorry, that lack of sleep is really catching up to me. But at the same time, the park is pretty empty. There's a lot of families all waiting for Sesame Street to open. So I'm gonna take advantage of the ability to take on these rides as walk-ons before it gets crazy, as I'm sure it will. Park is open till 6, however, so I'm pretty sure that it won't be too busy during the day. But it being Halloween night, and this being one of the most popular scare events in the world, I'm not gonna be foolish. I'm not gonna make any mistakes, but I got 14 hours in this park, right? I could get everything done. It's a pretty short line waiting to get into Shikra when it opens behind us. However, Tigris's queue is pretty short, even though I just saw it testing. So we're gonna hang out here for my first ever Skyloop. I'm looking forward to seeing whether or not this coaster not gonna mess around here. It's got the GoPro on. Might as well get all of those POVs early while the wait is light. Yeah, lots of people in Shikra's line. I think this is like the most popular line. Those guys parked beside me in the parking lot, so it looks like it's not gonna be too busy of a day. We'll see. Well, there's like 7 hours left in park ops, so we'll probably get a good assessment of that at noon. But look forward to a lot of on-ride POVs because they are allowed here. And yeah, awesome time already at Busch Gardens. 2 rides on Tigris already done. Shikra coming up.
Please step into the...
I think... I don't think they did Yeah, right?
Yeah. Don't worry, we'll be down the mountain now.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
3, 2.
O alguna otra limitación física que pudiera impedir el uso normal de los...
It's hard to, there's so much different music in this place that I'm trying to find a right spot to do my talkovers, but wow, 3 rides on Tigris already, 2 rides on Shikra, and I haven't even been in the park 1 hour. Already amazing. And obviously on-ride POVs as well. You can probably get a good idea of why, or I don't think I need to explain why I'm already having a great time at this park. I think, based on Skeleton Crew, not quite like Skeleton Crew, you can probably get a good idea of why I like this park already. Ooh, we even have a Chick-fil-A that's not got a line behind it. Maybe I'll have some today. In fact, that is a guarantee if they open it up. I've never had it before. So that will be a first time as well. I know if any of you stateside viewers probably think that's shocking. I'm sorry, but I cannot wait in that Kings Island line that I've documented many times. Anyhow, because it's already, it seems like everything's going to be pretty much a walk-on. There's 3 train service on Shikra alone, so a lot of easy throughput, and everything's a walk-on right now. I'm going to try to get to the other side of the park in a good amount of time, well, in a short amount of time, to get over to Montu, and yeah, get a nice on-ride POV of what, as I recall, is my favorite inverted coaster ever, and one of the most forceful. Tigris review, wow. I heard a lot about the force on that ride, and they were not lying. It is really forceful. Very short, but a good ride. I wouldn't know how I'd feel about waiting more than an hour for it, considering how short it is. There's also Congo River Rapids. Should I do that now? I'm already near Kumba, so maybe I'll do Kumba first, then we'll get over to Montu. I think I have the luxury of time, at least I hope.
So if I lose it,
I'll use mine with a company phone. So. Yeah. You call that a burner phone, yeah? Yeah, it's not as good on this ride though, because it's just I don't want to record everybody. Yeah, it's not fair to them, yeah. Remember that from last time. It's one of my favorite raft rides, and this is why. Oh baby, oh yeah.
Maybe up in Florida weather, you could dry up.
Yeah,
immediately.
you got to get on this early, right? And then get dried out.
Oh.
I feel bad for me. I don't. Oh, nobody.
I can't take anymore, man. Let's get the cold guys.
You got the bad seat, man.
We got our own show already.
I'm not choosing that seat next time.
Yeah,
This ride is good when you finish.
yeah, exactly.
Soaked. Oh, man.
Yeah, you were
I don't know
dry
if I'm
till
any
that
better
point.
right now.
You were pretty dry to that point.
I'm testing the waterproof nature of this equipment right now, that's for sure. So, all right. Well, it's not noon yet, so I'm pretty sure we'll be dry. That spray jet really gets you at the end there. That's what just got me. Ooh, I am soaked like all the way through. I think that was a good decision because this ride, Congo River Rapids, it'll get you every time. As you've seen on that POV. I think I missed the main part where we got absolutely soaked right at the beginning of the ride and then right at the end as well with the spray jet that's supposed to put the boat back into place, but it just covers you with water. Our side of the raft was pretty much doused. The other side, not so much. Just met some people from Puerto Rico, Toronto, and Alaska, all in the same boat. So hello to you guys if you're watching by chance. But now we're gonna do one of my favorite rides, as I mentioned earlier on. It's time for Kumba. Tampa completamente con la torre. Credo la gente io questo video è gratis. Non anda male. than 2 hours. I've already done Kumba twice, in the front and the back. I've done Congo River Rapids. I've done Tigris 3 times. I've done Shikra twice. Wow, it's just like such a different experience than being in Orlando right now, which is crazily packed at every park. So I'm having a great time. Let's continue on. We're probably gonna do one of my most feared drop towers before we get on to Montu. And yeah, should be pretty awesome. An awesome day here. In fact, the bumper cars that are just behind me are like the longest lineup that I've seen so far. So at the end of the day, it will be a pretty chill day here at Busch Gardens, which is fine. I still need to dry up. I'm getting seats soaked as I sit in them, so we're gonna walk around. If you're the type that likes nice atmospheric shots of theme parks, well, you're gonna get that today, because I got more than enough time to get that coverage before even the Halloween event tonight. So let's carry on through to the other side of the park and enjoy the rest of Busch Gardens. So what I do for you first droppers, not a big fan of heights, oddly enough. It's the best drop tower in the world. Oh baby. Oh, you just gotta let it go.
hacia atrás.
Okay, so almost, well, technically 2.5 hours in the park now, and I've just been hanging out in this section, getting all that I can in before it gets a little bit busier. It's starting to pick up a tiny bit, but basically everything's a walk-on. Scorpion, that classic Schwarzkopf looper that has been here since the park basically opened. I just got off of. Nothing does G-forces quite like a Schwarzkopf, do they? And I love that ride. It's nothing crazy, it's very simple, but a solid ride for what it is, and pretty popular still in the park from listening to what people have been saying. Obviously did Falcon's Fury, I've done it twice now, and I think I'm getting used to drop towers as the intensity, well, there's not much force to that tower, it's all about that hang just before the drop, which is the best part about it for sure. It's still one of my favorite, if not my favorite drop tower in the world. I'd say that with a little bit more force it would make it like really extreme. Something like drop tower at Wonderland still packs that crazy intense G-forces or that force on the way down, unlike this particular tower, even though they're both Intamin, strangely enough. And I also did Sand Serpent, as well the Wild Mouse, that I wasn't entirely sure if I had done it last time that I was here, so I had to make sure to solidify that credit. That's Falcon's Fury. It's a loud one. It does have that sound distinctive to an Intamin drop tower, however. So solid. I'm a little bit chilly, so yeah, that reminds me. I'm still wet from Congo River Rapids 2 hours later, so I've had to take my sweatshirt off because, yeah, I'm chilly in Florida, which is kind of weird, but my bum's wet still. So I'm going to walk around a bit, try to air myself out, and then head over to Montu and Cobra's Curse for the first time ever. So stay tuned. Here we go.
I'll be watching you.
Eso, a mí me extraño.
Baby in the background as it's running. Unfortunately, Cobra's curse is not. It seems to be going through some technical or test runs. I'm pretty sure it'll probably be up and running at some point today because it's a new credit that I'd like to get. This whole area I've actually never been in before, so I'm just going to take it in. Opportunity to take in the atmosphere of the newest themed area here, or addition to Egypt. It's not that new actually. Once again, my last trip here, this ride was under construction and I was not able to ride it. But hopefully that will be, oh, there's people on it now, so I will be getting on Cobra's Curse after all.
Barren land, and the Snake King shall reign once more.
is understandable because it was down earlier, and yeah, everyone's trying to get their rides in. Not the most thrilling of rides, to say the least, or for a spinning coaster. You know, Galaxy Orbiter at West Edmonton Mall is far more crazier than that. But at the same time, the theming was very good, and an enjoyable family ride nonetheless. We're also going to ride on Montu, or 2 rides on Montu, front and back. And it's not as intense as I remember it, because oddly enough, the Batman clone at La Ronde, which I just did recently, I found way more intense as far as force was concerned than that particular ride. Although that being said, it was still one of the best inverts in the world because of the fact that you get all those elements in one ride. The only thing it's missing is a Cobra roll, but it has a sort of different inverted boomerang. Well, those of us that, you know, for lack of sleep, will be able to put together those elements for you better than I am right now. Yeah, you're definitely going to have a great ride on Montu regardless, wherever you sit. I'm definitely looking forward to that night ride on it later today, in addition to many others. But that is it. And less than, or a little over 4 hours, I've done my full loop of Busch Gardens and gotten all the major attractions in, and double rides on most of the ones that I wanted to. Probably get on Cobra's Curse later on. I'll try a night ride on that if I can. Understandably, it's not as high capacity of a ride, so it's gonna always have a bit of a wait associated with it. I'm in the sort of the zoo now, before I go on the train after my lunch. On the other side of here, I should mention, mainly for my Canadian viewers, or those of you that are in areas that have taken, or at least like their respective governments have treated COVID a little bit more seriously than say these parts. Yeah, there's nobody with masks on in this park really. Some of the park attendants even don't have masks on. It's a very lax attitude. While everything is clearly stated that they're taking precautions as far as vaccinations and that seriously, and if you don't have a vaccination, then you should be wearing a mask. I don't think that's the case really here. Yeah, nobody has masks on. So if you're nervous about COVID and all that kind of stuff, I would not necessarily recommend a visit in the immediate future. You might want to take some time, because yeah, it's certainly not like home right now in Florida, especially in Tampa. It's noticeably even more relaxed as far as the restrictions are concerned than even Orlando. All right, I'm gonna go and get my lunch at Chick-fil-A, the only one, as it's advertised, in Florida that's within a theme park. I guess that's some reason for praise or bragging rights. Hopefully there's no line. I don't like my chances though. We are ready to go. We're on the train ride. There's only one station open at Nairobi, so we're going to do a full circuit of the park.
We do ask everyone, if you do have any food or drink, please keep that closed or put it away completely, or dispose of it before we get ready to go.
We have a long train ride ahead of us.
This is welcome security, and we will ask that everyone be seated throughout our journey, keeping head, hands, fingers, and toes, everything safe. Please do not stand up, change seats, or exit from the train. We are now leaving Nairobi. Please stay seated at all times, keeping your hands, heads, and everything inside the train carriage. As we depart, as we get rolling, look back to your right at our wonderful station masters. They're waving to you from Nairobi. They've been working hard today. Please show them some appreciation with a big, heartfelt round of applause. Thank you so much.
You can see the crane getting ready to give Cheetah Hunt a fresh coat of paint. I will admit, it definitely looks like it needs it.
Those in the back half of the thing might have taken a peek and seen a very small gazelle. A couple of them even up on top of the hill. And we have penguins, African penguins back to the right. We'll see them again later. They love swimming and playing here the Nairobi penguins. African penguins. And as we round the corner up to our right, it's that roller coaster that needs a paint job. Sad to say. I hope you can return in the future to enjoy the ride inspired by the movement of a cheetah. It's Cheetah Hunt. Even if you don't ride Cheetah Hunt, hey, you can still look for a cheetah. Yesterday I was over on the other side of Cheetah Hunt and we got to see a cheetah in our habitat outdoorsy Cheetah Hunt outdoor area. Cheetah Run with real cheetahs. And out to the left, there are more animals to look for in the edge of Africa. Look for lions, hyenas, lemurs, meerkats, hippos, and more in the edge of Africa. Just don't wait too late, somebody's going to pizza. Now all around us, it's our family-friendly spin coaster. What's it called? It's taking riders forward, backward, and spinning in the Egypt area. Don't miss it. What's it called again? Cobra. Also in the Egypt area, we're coming up on a mighty ride, Montu. One of the tallest inverted steel roller coasters in the United States. You might have already seen some dangling feet. Raise your hand, please, if Montu looks like the ride for you. You guys are brave and intrepid. Montu just whooshed ahead of us with feet dangling. You can't change it right now. Montu is one, as I said, one of the tallest inverted steel roller coasters in the United States. Inverted means that when you ride Montu today, you will dangle your feet as you ride under the rails on Montu. Montu sure looks exciting. Wouldn't you all agree that Montu looks exciting? In fact, wouldn't you agree that Montu looks almost as exciting as the train? Now look back to your left, near the edge of Africa, way back to the left. There are giraffe, zebra, antelope, and others. There's one giraffe eating from a hay rack up so high that generally only the giraffe can reach it. And the zebra might have been looking for food that fell into the ground. Now look ahead to your left, you'll notice more giraffes. These are reticulated giraffes. Their spot pattern makes it appear as if they are wearing a net over their bodies. No two giraffes have exactly the same spot pattern. Their spots are unique, like a human's fingerprints or a zebra's stripes. And notice how one giraffe is leaning forward to reach the ground. One giraffe just over the hill from us reached over to maybe pick something up. To reach all the way to the ground, that giraffe had to splay his or her forelegs to the side and then lean forward. And that giraffe stood up suddenly without fainting, thanks in part to special valves in its arteries. Also, the largest heart relative to body size of any mammal, a zookeeper once told me. You might have also seen a giraffe licking a palm tree and another giraffe, the closest giraffe to us, trying to get past some protective mesh to chew on some bark. Giraffe must find some taste and even nourishment in that behavior that they enjoy. And out to the left, you see a zebra finding some food or grazing. These are Grevy's zebra near us. Also, look at the white antelope under the Happy Halloween sign, enjoying some delicious hay dropped off by the zookeeper. It's not delivery, it's hay. Also, back to the left, there were human antelopes with spiky horns. Those are eland antelopes, the largest and slowest type of antelope on Earth. Eland antelope. Next, as we enter into this new area, everyone please keep in mind that we have entered into rhino territory. Or should I call this the pumpkin zone? Those zookeepers have dropped off some pumpkins for special enrichment. I just want to know which animals out here enjoy the pumpkins the most. Well, ahead of us to the left, I see an ostrich pecking at the ground. We have a couple adult female ostrich Callisto out here. As you know, ostrich do not fly, but they can run fast, 40 miles per hour, and the ostrich has a powerful kick. Now, I don't want you to miss this. Can you see that truck? Can you see in the back of that truck? Can you look carefully? Look carefully in the back of that truck. Do you see them? Those are people. Those are wild tourists. Don't feed them or get too close. Or hand them Halloween candy. A few of them, maybe be snowbirds, and really ostrich off to the races. Next to left. Demonstrating some moment for speed. Wow, what set the ostrich to running there for a moment? Did you know that ostrich, I'm told, can reach top speeds of about 40 miles per hour? 40? That was exciting, wasn't it? Maybe the ostrich heard there was Halloween candy. Let me ask, do we have anyone on board who is a fan of Halloween candy? For the kids, I hope you've made it to the Sesame Street area already today. Now, the nice people you see in the back of that tow truck did sign up for a special tour. Those tours do cost extra, but they offer you a special opportunity to get up close and learn more about our wildlife and how we take care of them throughout this segment. And ahead you can see a fake pumpkin that was broken, a giant fake pumpkin that was broken open by the animals. I will try and still to find out what was inside that pumpkin. I apologize. This is only my second time out here to see it. And near the pumpkin, near the broken fake pumpkin, you can see another pumpkin on a rock, a real pumpkin, and you see gazelle, tan and white gazelle. These are Brandt's gazelle resting in the belt. Brandt's gazelle. In general, gazelle use their jumping styles, taking off and landing 4 legs at a time, for instance. Their jumps are called conking and stotting, and they use that to try to get away from predators. Look back to the right, back to the right. Behind the bamboo earlier, we saw a shaggy brown antelope. On my last time by, I saw a shaggy brown antelope called the Lipson waterbuck, hidden almost behind the bamboo. Now, the Lipson waterbuck may venture into bodies of water and swim. They may swim. You can imagine their black Valentine heart-shaped noses up above the water to breathe as they swim to get away from predators. Again, those were the Lipson waterbuck hidden behind the bamboo. Ahead to the left, also very hard to see. Ahead to the left, behind the green metal fence. Ahead to the left, behind the green metal fence, up on the hill. Do you see tan antelope? Point to one of them. Make sure people near you can see the greater kudu. Shy, reclusive antelope that often hang out near bushes or trees. They even have vertical white body stripes on their bodies for camouflage. They have large sensitive ears, and they often stand or sit perfectly still. As we entered that tunnel, things were just too quiet. Then I thought I heard a couple wild animals plus a couple domesticated animals making noise in that tunnel. Did you hear them? Raise your hand, please, if any wild animals are seated near you. Oh my, we brought a few on board with us, didn't we? Now, those of you familiar with Busch Gardens know that normally we would go straight toward and beyond Congo on our way to Stanley Gulf, but not today. I hope you're happy about this. Oh, look how close those brown antelope are sitting next to the track. They're probably going to get up. The train is so close to them. At least one or two might. I'm surprised if they don't. Well, maybe if they're really quiet, they'll stay seated. These are stable antelopes. One of them is amazingly close to the train. Have your cameras ready and even take a picture of the train while you're at it, on the curve. These are stable antelope next to us. Wow. These are, I think of these as skittish creatures, but I guess they're used to the train. Notice how they're sitting facing in different directions? Did you notice how they're all sort of facing in different directions? Can you see how that could be a good survival strategy for the herd? It makes it harder for predators or other threats to sneak up on them undetected. And back to the right, you got to see several zebra. These are grand zebra. Back to the right, also off to the right, there was a big brown and African cow with humongous horns extending a few feet down on either side of her head. I hope you pointed that her out so people near you. That was a Montu or Ankoli cow grazing on a bit of a lawn past some homes we found, right? So Ankoli or Montu cattle are considered royal, sacred, even signs of wealth by many people in Africa. And let me ask, did everyone enjoy the incredible up-close look at the grand zebra and sable antelope? That was amazing. There was one more interesting animal back to the right near the train, again, Montu train, native to parts of Africa. Up high to the left, or in the distance out to the left of this, there were gray-looking antelopes called wildebeest, resting in the belt, wildebeest. And close to us on the left, we have rhinos. Have your cameras ready still. These are white rhinos demonstrating how they use their wide lips to eat a long swath of low grass. Please stay seated for safety. Por favor, permanezcan en sus asientos. Gracias. Please stay seated for safety. Again, please stay seated for safety. Por favor, permanezcan en sus asientos. Gracias. All right, back to the left. There was a rhino just up the bank from the pond. Raise your hand if you noticed a white bird right near her head. Well, that bird is looking for little insects or critters to emerge from the grasses from the rhino's grazing activity. Oh my goodness, one rhino was backing up. That was the adult male backing up a moment ago. Did you hear that? No, that's the adult male. You might have noticed that the female, the one with the long horns, going in front of him just after he backed up, she's actually larger than he is. He's actually considered small for an adult male white rhino at about 4,000 pounds. We've got a couple of adult females that easily outweigh our adult male, which helps them to keep him at bay part of the time. And those little white rhinos behind us. Now out to the left here, the tall tan rock wall. There's a white rhino. Sorry, there's a white rhino. Now there's a black rhino near the tall tan rock wall. Oh, she's actually next to it on the right end of the rock wall. She's like scratching an itch on the side of her body against that rock wall, I think. Can you see her? She wasn't easy to see. You have to look for the rock wall, and then right next to it, there's a rhino rubbing her body apparently up against the wall. Slightly, or maybe not. Maybe just next to it. Maybe she's eating, grazing. Again, back to left. You get another look at the white, the antelope called Adex antelope, the most endangered antelope on Earth. Also, the huge tan antelope called eland antelope, and you might have seen more reticulated giraffe and Bradley's zebra. Boy, sometimes I just wish we could stop the train out there, don't you? To see the animals even more. Well, we've got one more animal to look for in particular as we approach Nairobi. On our left, get ready to look for tan antelope. Most of them tan with white spots and white vertical body stripes. These will be Nyala antelope, and these will be the adult female and young Nyala that have been born here at Busch Gardens. There's one different looking Nyala. He's the adult male. He's hidden in the bushes right nearby. Between the sets of roller coaster tracks, hidden behind tree branches, basically, there was the adult male Nyala resting in the shade. He's very hard to see. Is he still there? He is. He's sitting down and very low and hard to see him. Those again were Nyala antelope. And back to the right, there are Asian elephants here at Busch Gardens. I have a question for you. Okay, first I should tell you, I saw zookeepers. So here's the question. How many of you would like to see elephants discovering pumpkins on Halloween? There you go. Look for the elephants. See if they break open a pumpkin while you're watching. One way that the elephant can break open a pumpkin is by simply standing on it with one foot. And back to the right, there's the information center for up-close adventure tours. That open-air building is open until late afternoon. Just ahead of us to the right is our animal nursery. Open until later afternoon. Don't wait too late to see our animal ambassadors in our animal nursery. And open until very late afternoon is our Montu Reserve, home of our chimpanzees and gorillas in the Montu Reserve. Don't miss it.
I don't know if it's the amount of rides that I've been on or if it's something I'm more worried about. Not feeling super 100%, but then again, I've been on a lot of rides in 4 days, so yeah, feeling a little queasy. But yeah, it's starting to pick up a bit because you can see that people are here for Halloween. I'm not covering any of the Hallow Scream stuff during the day, the sets. I don't really want to capture that during the day. It's not their purpose. You notice that in the train station, if you saw in the background, that there was already Christmas decorations up for the holidays. So there's sort of like a seasonal shift going on in the park right now. It is the last day of Hallow Scream and Halloween, so it makes sense that they got that ready early on. But just looking at some weird contraption that they've got here built for Hallow Scream, which I'm sure we'll capture later. It's like a vending machine, but it looked like some weird machine that you have to get into. Anyway, I'm gonna go get some lunch, and then we'll see you in a bit for more Busch Gardens. Really, I should say as well that the last time that I was here, well, it was busier. Remember cheetah hunt being on at least a half an hour wait. Regardless of that, you're still gonna get a full day if you come to Busch Gardens at this time of year. All right, let's continue on.
That's cool.
Beer Fest the only way I can, which is with some food. I'm also shooting on my phone now because I'm all out of memory already on the main camera. So I hope you enjoy those shots. Yeah, I'm gonna dig into this poutine and the chicken slider. I will warn anyone paying with tap that's from Canada. If you choose to pay with tap with your trusty Visa card, it's gonna hang the system. It's happened twice in a row when I bought this bottle of water. So yeah, you might want to use the chip instead. Definitely getting hungry as my mouth is salivating for this food. So I'm gonna hop to it. After this, I'm gonna do one more round around the park, get on my favorite rides. You may see some slow-mo shots of some of the premier attractions wherever I can capture that. And then our day will probably be done before the interval, before this park gets taken over by Hallow Scream. I should also mention that The food at Disney, I was kind of surprised by how cheap the chicken burger and fries that I got at Animal Kingdom was, which was $10.99 American. These items here cost about $8.99 each. So you do the combo, it's almost like double the price, or pretty much 2/3 of the price more just for this comparable size of item. I don't know if that's because it's Beer Fest and it's a special food offering, but yeah, it's definitely more expensive, but it's a lot more tasty. So I guess you have to compromise somewhere, and that I have. I'm gonna enjoy this. Just having had that meal, sorry about that. I got to admit that was probably one of the best or tastiest 2 items I've ever had for theme park food. Now it's all walk up and it's just sitting out there for you, so it's not exactly hot and fresh, but as far as the taste is concerned, and this is a Canadian talking about poutine, that was good times. I used to work at a place that had a very similar style of poutine, but could not touch that. It's gone. It was spicy, fried pickles, sweet barbecue sauce, nice amount of brisket on there too. Tasty. And yeah, I ate chicken and brisket in one sitting. What, are you gonna judge me about that? I'm hungry, man. I gotta do what I gotta do. All right, we're gonna go around the park again. And as much as I'm really, well, I really should have this behind me, if you can see that. Can you see that? Oh, there it is. Yeah, you can kind of see it, but Iron Gwazi's right behind me. I'm on the left of the main entrance, so I'm gonna go back around the way I came originally and do my loop back. So you're gonna see a repeat of some of the rides that I covered earlier in the vlog first, and then we will head out of the park for our break before the night and screams and ghouls. I'm very curious to see how this is going to look tonight, because I've heard a lot of good things. So hopefully it won't be too busy. There's a lot of kids here. I kind of feel sad for them because they're gonna be missing out on the traditional trick-or-treating aspect of Halloween. But from what it sounds like, they're also doing an event in Sesame Street too. So they aren't missing out entirely. But yeah, I really am only concerned because I want to get into every house, and I don't want to see huge lines. Don't want to have to do the $85 speed pass like I did at SeaWorld again. Although I will say there's probably better value for that here, considering that there's more houses than the SeaWorld event. Regardless, SeaWorld event was awesome too, so, and really kind of like heightened up the scares. So I'm looking forward to what Tampa and Busch Gardens has to offer in the area of screams. Guten Tag. Guten Tag. Oh, he's showing off that booty. Oh, refreshed. That is why I love this park. It's just small interactions like that. I love the staff here. The staff have been great throughout my entire trip, to be honest with you, but it's just little things like that that make it worthwhile. All right, we're gonna go as promised. As you can see, my mood is good. If you've been on along with me on all these vlogs, actually, I'd say generally, most of you that watch these probably have seen me at my worst at some parks. Like, I won't mention them. You gotta dig if you haven't seen them. But I don't think you'll have that here. I've not had any negative line interactions. Everyone's kind of been relatively well-mannered. Even the parents have been saying, hey man, to their kids, stop swinging your thing around because you might hit the person ahead of you or whatever. Stuff that did not happen at Disney. So yeah, that's what you get here at Busch Gardens. One more reasons to love this place, well, I'll give them to you. High ride throughput, and another really just general term, Southern hospitality. It really is like one of the better parks. I've been to a lot of parks this year despite what's been going on, and yeah, I have to say, this is probably like one of the better ones that I've been all year because of just those two factors alone. It's a slower day. That doesn't stop them from running 3 trains on Shikra. Doesn't stop them like actually pumping people through the lines. It's just like a high output park, and I like it. I like it just for many reasons, and that's just a couple for you. But I am coastered. Am I coastered out? Maybe I'm Kumba'd out. Yeah, I've always found this ride to be pretty intense, and it has not changed one bit in 7 years since I've been on it. It just takes the course so fast. And my favorite element has got to be that 0G roll, because it just takes it fast. Yeah, and you just get really like spun out of your seats while you go through that element. The corkscrew behind me, the interlocking corkscrew, that one's a toughie. I remember it being more rough last time I was here though, so it's actually much more manageable. I don't have the head rattle. It's just, if I keep riding it, I've been on it 3 times now, I'm just gonna get the same experience, so I'm probably gonna save another ride. I'm gonna go on it again. Well, who am I kidding? I'm here, right? I'm gonna go on it one more time, and then I'll save the rest of the rides for tonight. Kumba, still one of my favorites. As promised, I did a 4th ride, but it was worth it. How often do you basically get a walk on into the front row of Kumba, or any coaster for that matter? Well, that's what just happened there. A couple of funny insights though. The 2 employees of the park that were not working, they were on the train with me, were saying, why is it so fast? So that's a good sign, because they work on this ride, and maybe it's running much faster than normal. The speed also, I didn't mention that it takes into the Cobra roll when it does that little like small, very, very tiny bunny hill. Like, it's just ridiculous how quick it's going. I love this ride. It's almost 30 years old now, and maybe it is 30 years old, but it's still a top world-class coaster. There also was a park employee meltdown in the station there, which I did not capture on camera, which wouldn't be fair to them. But yeah, after 2 rides, he was freaking out, actually shouting over me and over the train, and like just doesn't care what the guests think about the fact that this poor guy is actually not got to go home. So it is what it is. Yeah, you don't be a reliable worker. Don't, even if you complain during your shift, if you're reliable, you'll be kept on. You don't whine to your superior, you'll be kept on. It's a universal rule. Anyhow, I'm gonna get a couple of more rides in before park closes. 45 minutes to go. I've got a limited amount of time. Just got off of Falcon's Fury there. Yeah, 3rd ride of the day. Fantastic as always. Still not forceful as always. Still not forceful as always. Still not forceful as before. The ghouls are now coming out. It's 5:30. I've got a little bit of time left to get over to Montu to get 2 more rides on it. Hopefully a front and a back. And that'll be the end of the day, because I don't think I'll be going on the Cobra's Curse. Yeah, you can tell the things we do as park vloggers, i.e. we don't get sleep when we go on these trips, or at least I'm not. Ghouls are out, and the park employees are also coming out too for the haunt. Yeah, bad jokes, left, right, and center. Look for lots of those tonight. It reminds me of being in Japan again with like the costuming that people are really kind of doing it up at this event. They're allowed face painting and stuff. I've noticed that you can wear masks. I guess that's because of the security level at least. I don't think you can wear masks at this event. Well, that being said, I did see it at SeaWorld. So I think that security-wise, they're totally cool that because you can't bring bags in and all that kind of stuff for the haunt. And there's no re-entries and etc., etc. So, look forward to that later on in another vlog. But almost at the conclusion of this one, we'll see you at Montu. To give you an idea of cheetah hunt's desperate need of a paint job, you only need to look at this section to understand why it's down. Like I said, luckily enough, I've been on it already, but I look forward to it being glistening upon my return. No doubt being a showpiece item once again, once we have also iron gwazi to enjoy. Done. A couple things to say as I head out of the park here. At least I think I'm supposed to head out of the park because it's like 22, the haunt event, and there's still people in the park like myself. Just did Cobra's Curse is the last coaster. Did Montu twice in the front and the back. Oh, has it warmed up. What a great finale to the day. Well, now it's going to be an entirely different thing. I can't say that I did not get enough today. It was a perfect day, perfect complement of everything that I was looking for. And as you can see, I'll be heading into that later on. I'm going to wrap everything up because, yeah, everyone's all lined up with the houses and everything. It looks pretty long. So I'll probably take an extended break and then come back later so that way I don't have to wait. Actually, I'm getting in a line for a haunt right now, so I'm going to get out of this line. I'm kind of wondering whether or not I should have even bought a pass for tonight. Alright, I figured it out. You need a wristband in order to actually get around, so you can't just stay in the park and do Hallow Scream. Anyhow, I got a ticket. I gotta go to Walgreens, get myself a new memory card, and I'll be back. Well guys, that is it from Busch Gardens day vlog. I'll be back here in about an hour. I'm gonna do a short break. I am gonna test the waters here and do a late night so I can get into all 5 houses of the haunt. But as far as the day portion is concerned, that's it for now. What an epic vlog, an epic day, a perfect day at Busch Gardens. I got everything in. I don't even know how many coasters I'm gonna need to get on later on because I did get pretty much, I got everything I needed to get done, except for night rides. So those are coming up in the next vlog. So join me for that in about an hour's time in reality, but whenever you choose, always enjoy.